Hey, welcome everybody. We have RJ on today. There he is. RJ used to, and we'll let him explain, but I'm gonna give you kind of an overview.
Okay.
He run his own facility for years under his
Yep.
different name. And back in April, he decided to become a fit body. And reason it piqued my interest is I seen him on a little on Facebook. Danny was giving you a shout out. I guess you visited his
That's right.
club about how to show you the system. So I reached out to RJ and found out that since April he started with 150 members that you already had. Is that
Yep.
correct? And
Yep.
then
Yep.
from April to now, you're over what,
Yeah.
300? I think you said total
Uh,
people
we
inside your
well,
facility.
we got 266 on EFT right now,
Uh-huh.
but then we've got 119 in the pipeline over the past 30 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, and he told me that. I was like, I don't even know what questions to ask you. But we got to talking. It's really in his system, so we're definitely going to be talking about
Mm.
today. He's going to show us around his facility, show you how it's set up. I noticed yours is set up uniquely, kind of an L shape, which is I'm
Hmm.
curious how
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
pull that off.
Yep.
And before we get started, though, I do want to
Sure.
say, hey guys, if you are struggling with retention, and RJ can say this, if you are realizing for every two members you get coming in your door, there's one to two leaving out the back door.
Hmm.
You got to fill. You got to shore that up. You fill that hole in that bucket.
Hmm.
And there's a couple of ways you can do it. One, accountability is key to you keeping your clients longer. And that's where my Fit Members plays in. And I'd be glad to give you guys a 30-day trial to check it out. Set you up with a phone call with me. We can talk about how it can work with your business. Another thing is making sure you come to the Fitness Retention Conference. It is the only conference dedicated to retention. All the speakers there that we've lined up are really dedicated to showing you how to retain customers. If you can retain your clients, you can spend less money trying to get them in the facility and actually start enjoying what you do instead of chasing these
Hmm.
customers down. You want customers
Yeah.
to come to you and banging on your door. You don't want to be chasing them down. So that's what a
Yeah.
good retention program will do. Referrals come out of that. If you watch some of the last episodes, Chad Smith, his retention rate is 95%. Have you checked your retention rate, RJ?
I did. Yeah. I just checked today. Well, I'll give you a retention rate over the past 30 days.
Okay. What we
Mhm.
got?
Okay, so past 30 days, and this is, obviously the hardest time. So it's July,
Mm-hmm.
in case somebody's watching this later on, and this is the midst of summer. So in the past 30 days, according to Zen Planner, we have signed 169 people, and of that, 34 left. So that gives me a 20% brand new person retention rate. So right now we're looking at 120 new people in the past 30 days.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah,
That is, and for summer, that is awesome.
that's amazing. Yeah.
We're going to be on this video. There'll be a link of how to figure your retention. There actually is a formula. We've created a little Excel sheet for you to do that, and that way you
Mhm.
know where you're at. And
Yep.
I've done some calculations, and I don't know if you know this, but if you can raise your retention rate just 5%, that's an extra $15,000 to $25,000 a year that you can add to
Yeah.
your business, and
Yeah.
without having to chase down new customers. So just keeping customers longer. That's the thing here. So
Mhm.
there's a link going to be around this video up down somewhere about the conference. There's an early bird special. It's ending the 30th of this month, $147 to come here from the best in the business. Don't miss it. Atlanta, Georgia. If, like I said, if you need to build that retention up, I don't know, we all do. I struggle with it for years and still struggle. We all struggle with it. We all want
Mhm.
to make sure it's higher. So making
Mhm.
sure you're out and learning. Hey, RJ, how many conferences do you go to a year? You go to
A
a lot.
year. So in the past year, I've probably been to well, it's 5 or 6 easily.
Wow. And tell me
Mhm.
how that's impacted your business and how it's made it to
Oh,
where
I mean, you know what? When you go to these things, you're always looking for a golden nugget, right?
you are.
So if you can get something like what you got, that retention conference, there could be 10 golden nuggets that you take back, right? And you think about your costs. So if it's going to cost you, the average trip will cost you anywhere from $1,000 for us, Canadian. We have to fly into the U.S. and stuff. So we have to pay that extra 30% tax, I always call it, because of our dollar so poor. But when I get out there, I'm always listening for gold nuggets. I'm always talking with other people that are at that conferences, because people are always there to help. And
Right.
so whenever I go to, our mastermind stuff, I always stay with 4 guys. Like, I could easily afford to stay by myself, but I always stay in the room with 4 other guys, other masterminds, and all we do is we talk shop. And that's, that's what I would encourage those other people to do, is to reach out and, start making connections with other people, not from your state or not from your country or whatever it may be. And you guys become roommates, and you just, the whole weekend, you're just engulfed with knowledge, and then you can take back stuff that's worth at least 10 times what you invested.
Exactly. And I've, it's crazy. I've talked to a lot of owners. I don't have time to go to a conference. I don't have time to do this. I'm like, you can't afford not to have time.
You have to make time. Yeah. It's just like our clients, right? Like they said that they don't have time to the gym, and we're trying to sell it to them where it's like, you need to come to the gym. You need to invest in yourself. Well, it's like, well, we need to do the exact same thing. Right. Like every day, my first hour is dedicated to my first 50 minutes is always something spiritual. So I'm always like, listening to some type of Joel Osteen or, Pastor Leon's a guy that's local here. So I always spend that first 50 minutes. I'm kind of like a tight wired guy. So if I don't listen to something that's going to kind of put me at, at a normal level, I'm always, up here, right? Where I'm just like ready to bite everybody's head off. Right. Then after that, it's all dedicated to education. I just finished a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a, you can fill in the blanks, right? Which is a really cool book. Before that, I just did the Psycho-Cybernetics. So I finished almost 3 audiobooks in a month easily. And now I'm like, listening to them at almost two times the speed.
That is, and actually, guys, we're going to post the names of them books, beneath this video too.
Yeah.
I'm like you, and it's really, if you can start out your day putting positive stuff in your mind,
right?
Positive stuff is going to come out of it throughout the day.
Right. And just start learning right away. Yeah, right. First thing in the morning, learn something new, and then this way you have something that you can implement. Right. Like, we're never going to be where we ever want to be, but every day we can take a step towards it. So if you learn something new and you implement it, then that's, everything is just trial and error. You don't have to wait for that perfect moment to make something happen. That's the joys of us. We can try something out, and then we make a mistake, so then we can just start over, but it's not a big deal. We keep learning from it.
Hey, you there?
Yep.
I just switched. I had internet issues, so I just switched, which will build
no worries.
No big deal. So yeah, just keep learning, and then that's where I could talk about that all day long. I was, and I know this because I was one of those. You couldn't tell me crap. I knew everything. Read a book. What do you mean read a book? You're crazy. I need to write books. I'm so damn slow.
Yeah, I'm already making as much as I can. I'm already doing everything I can.
Yeah, that's not true.
That's another thing about these conferences is you gotta be honest, right? Like, a lot of guys come in here and they're like, my business is better than everybody else's business. Nobody can teach me anything. It's like, no, you got to come in and you got to be the dumbest guy in the room asking the most questions. Yeah. And you know what? That's like, I'm still asking questions. That's why I'm here. I watched some of your videos already, right? I watched that last one you sent to me, and I'm always open to learn, right? Just as much as I'm always open to help out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Always be giving too. So yeah, let's get started. Let's take us around your club, because as club owners, we're nosy. We want to see what other clubs like. Come us from the front door, and then we'll get into the meat of today. So
I'm gonna flip you around, just give you an idea where we're at.
Awesome.
All right. So when I first started, again, I was training everybody, and our thing was performance. When I first got into this, so this is the outside here. This is the doors. This was actually a pretty crappy sliding door that we had to deal with, and people had to step over lips. So they finally put an actual door in here. So we had this kind of crappy door for months. And as you can see, we got the Fit Body Boot Camp, 3 free workouts, and then actually the number was here, and we set it up so that when people can text us free week, then it just kicks them back. What's called a drip campaign, right? So right away it waits a minute, and it'll tell them, hey, thanks for inquiring about the 3 free workouts. We just want to set you up with the time to come in. What works for you within the next couple of days, and we give them a couple of days, and then we give them a couple time frames, and then after that it asks them what are your goals. So it takes care of a lot of the grunt work that my admin was doing and my sales manager. So we're in a mall right now, which is
you're in a mall.
Yeah, we're in an actual mall. So as you can see, there's like a what's it called, a marketplace right there. We got the subway. So I mean, this mall is actually, as much as it sounds awesome, it's actually a really old mall.
Right,
right?
right.
So the people that are here, they're still making adjustments to us because, we'll see anywhere from 300 to 350 members a day. And they, they're not used to that kind of traffic here, right? Because it's, they're all.
Ah, hey, you there? You there? Kidding me, right?
We got our
Hey,
front desk.
hey, hold on a second. We lost you for
Yeah,
some crazy
yeah,
reason. Is your phone signed into Wi-Fi or is it?
yeah. I'm on Wi-Fi.
All right, hold on. Let me. Internet is always. We upgraded it, um,
Okay.
and I don't know. I think it's a scam. So, yeah, 60 more bucks. You what the fastest one. I hasn't noticed a difference.
Yeah,
I don't understand. So let me
yeah. I hear you.
trying to switch over one more time before we get started back
Okay.
because I have this question. I wanted to stop there and really talk to you about you said you're texting. So I'm assuming you're using Scipio. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're using Scipio.
And
And
so
I've looked into the other platforms, and they're all the same, right? Like right at this point in time, we've got everything set up in Scipio, so I'm not about to change that now.
right. So Scipio, you're able to set up them drip campaigns like you talked about,
Yep, yep,
and that is awesome. Yeah,
yeah.
it's weird. Yeah, if you're not using Scipio, what is it like $100 a month? I don't even. I think you get a discount.
Scipio is $100 a month, but that's American, right? So we're paid 130. So I make sure that I get the most out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, making sure, and then that's what you use for your lead gen. Do you use it for do you use it to keep in contact with your clients throughout after
Yeah,
that
we
kind of member?
we use Scipio exactly like we would use FitPro Autopilot, right? Or FitPro Connect.
Uh-huh.
So we only use FitPro Connect now for the Monday emails, the Wednesday emails, and the Friday emails, and then we use it for promotional stuff. Now
Okay.
we use Zen Planner for all of our auto emails that we send out to our clients. So we take a client and then we put them into a specific group. So let's say, client Mrs. Jones signs up and she's doing a 30-day trial program. Then what we do is we put her into, a certain group, and then right away she's getting auto text based around her attendance and based around her time frame that she's been with us. So like right away she'll get an email that's saying welcoming her, giving her her onboarding sheet,
Mm-hmm.
and then telling her that she needs to join the Facebook group, and it's giving her a first month's meal plan and all the directions. And then after that, it's all time, right? So it's like,
Awesome.
we'll the next one will be letting her know about a referral program, and so we write a little story, and then the one after that would be like a 1 week follow-up email, and then this at the same time. So whenever my sales manager signs anybody up, they get put into that campaign, and they also get put into the Scipio campaign, which is a little less detailed. It's more like, hey Jerry, great job on your first week. If there's anything you need, then let me know, and then like a fist pound emoji, right?
Right.
And then like a couple days later, it'll be like, hey Jerry, did you get a chance to hand out those free vouchers that we handed to you? And then usually we'll get a response back. So this morning it was funny because my front admin said, yeah, there was 19 texts in Scipio because I guess one of our campaigns went out yesterday. so she's in there reading through them, answering them, and a good chunk of it is just basically checking in on them, like you said, because you got to keep them accountable,
Right.
and then asking them for referrals, right? Because most people won't even think of referring unless you actually ask for it. And that was one of the biggest problems I had before. Is like, I didn't want to ask people and seem all salesy, but it's like, you got to ask your people. Like, people want to help you. You're helping them, so they want to help you. They want to find a way to pay you back.
So on that, I was going to ask you because I'll let you know what we use, but how do you make it easy? Do you create a little a landing? Do you send them a link to something to make it easy for them to refer? How do you?
Well, what we do is we just tell them to bring them in,
Okay.
right? Bring them in, or just send us their email, and then we give them the email address. Just send us their name, email address, or in the, when they reply back to Scipio, they're like, yeah, I do know somebody. It's like, okay, great. Can we get their name and email address? And what we'll do is we'll reach out to them and we'll offer them a free week.
Awesome. So what we
Yeah,
did on top of that, and it may be something we just went in and created a little landing page, a
okay,
video,
yeah,
and there's an introduction from the owners. They said
yeah,
who we are, this is what we're about. Hey, just listen from our clients, and all of a sudden there's
yeah,
testimonials, and then And then the wrap up is, hey, somebody thought somebody had cared enough about you to give you this link for the 3 days, 7 days,
Yeah.
whatever you're giving away.
Yeah.
And so what it did, you could put that in the text, and it gives them a link
Jen, you're live. Say hi.
Ah,
My sales
hey,
manager. This is Grace, my admin.
awesome. All
Yeah.
right, so show us around. How many square foot do you have there?
We have 2951 total.
Wow.
But it's kind of edged out because this was an actual dollar store before.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you came in here when we first opened up, it was horrendous. Like all these ceiling tiles were just absolutely destroyed. It had old lighting in here. The walls were green. The walls were green with slat wall and holes everywhere. So, we redid it. And actually you can see over here, you see where it's white up there?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually our athletic therapist. He's, I kind of like it because it brings in equity. He pays me a small rent, but he's one of my oldest trainers. And so I kind of let him do his therapy work in here around the noon hour. So he just fills that kind of gap, and it works great with our clients because our clients are going to have injuries, right? So when our client has an injury, you don't want to be sending them off to another person. As much as you like that person, as much as you kind of work a deal out with that person and tell them like your main objective is to get them back to workout. A lot of people don't actually listen to you. Whereas this guy, he's 100% focused on getting people back into boot camp, right? So it works. He's encouraging them. No, you don't need to take 6 weeks off. There's a lot of therapists out there will tell them, oh, you can't do high intensity exercise. It's like, are you kidding me? They've been doing high intensity exercise for the past 2 years, and now you're telling them because they got a thumb injury they can't work out. It's like, come on, get real. But anyways, so this spot right here where that white is, actually that was the salon. So there's a hair salon just next to us, and so we took up an extra 500 square feet and we built that room in the back.
Oh, cool. So is he a massage therapist or a
he's a physical therapist.
Physical therapist.
So
awesome.
All injury related. Yeah, we're called athletic therapists up here. You guys call them physical therapists.
All right,
in the
love
States.
it.
Yeah.
So at 2,900 square foot, how many square feet of floor space do you have exercise?
Floor space. This is the way we had to design it. So you see how it's kind of like, and I wish they had something better. I wish the flooring Dollar guys would send us something to put on these edges.
They have something.
Like you probably have that too, that lip.
Yeah, they actually, I've seen it at FBS. They have little ramps, but man, they're expensive.
So expensive. It's ridiculous.
We use, if you go to any kind of commercial windows that put in commercial windows, they have these step treads that are 6 inches wide.
Really?
They work great.
So
that's what we use.
Okay, cool.
And it's a whole lot cheaper.
Yeah. So we got about 1,800 square feet.
Wow.
That's floor space.
How many sessions a day do you have to run to keep up with over 300 people?
We run 12 sessions a day.
Okay.
And like in June, so the middle of June, I just looked at our numbers. We were seeing on average about 25 people per day. 25 people per session, every half-hour session.
Okay.
So that puts us at 300 people on the day.
Wow.
On average. Yeah, which is awesome.
We're going to later on, at the tail end of this, we're going to actually attach a video of one of his sessions so you get to see how his session runs. So it's a little 5-minute clip, but you can get a real glimpse of how everything runs. So take us down to each section, kind of walk us around. And,
see this little guy right here? I plug this. So this is like one of those commercial Febrezers or whatever it's called. And I have this pointed there specifically so that when people walk in, they don't smell feet, right? And I think that's a lot of problems that most gyms have is that when you walk in there, it just stinks like a wet glove.
Okay.
And so I put that out there just to kind of let it go. Right now we have the air conditioning cranked and I've got fans everywhere. You see those 2 fans up there?
Right.
We got the 2 big fans right there. We got the 2 fans up there. I got another fan here, right? And these go. It's so cold in here right now, like between sessions, but we have to, right? Like when people walk in, they don't want to smell a dojo. They want to smell, a nice, clean facility. And that's one of the things that big box gyms do well is that they keep their facilities clean, right? They have full-time cleaners. And so for us, because we're entrepreneurs, we actually worked out a deal with 2 of our members that they come in here. So one member comes in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The other member comes in Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. and they're cleaning the walls, right? Because the walls get dirty. They clean the fans, they get rid of all that dust, and they clean up everywhere, right? And also every 3 weeks. So we go every 3 weeks, we steam clean the carpets.
Right. Very
Yeah,
important.
because cleanliness is, people walk in. I want this facility to look the exact same way now as in 10 years.
Gotcha.
And when people get that similar experience, I always say I want to be the Starbucks of the fitness industry, right? I want to be that higher price ticket item, but people know what they're going to get. They're going to get an amazing coffee. They're going to get an amazing experience in a place that looks absolutely stunning, right? It's a place where you want to spend time. And that's what I really wanted us to focus on, because at first, when we first opened up, people were sticking around. They're hanging around for hours on end. And we're like, what is going on? Why don't these people go home? We've had people stay here literally all day, and they just hang out. So they'll work out, then they'll hang out, then they'll work out, they'll hang out. But that's what I want, right? We want this to be their literally second home. And this could actually be a better home for most people, because, when you go home, you get no support, you get no encouragement. Here, it's like high fives all the time, smiles, great conversation, great energy. It's the person that everybody wants to be. So as such, we make this their sanction. And so that's what really keeps our retention up, right? I would say our retention literally, on full-time members, people that stay past their first, we always do a 30-day trial with everybody. People that stay past their first 30 days, they don't ever leave. Like, it's so rare that anybody ever leaves. We probably have a less than 5%, attrition rate. So people are staying, and again, we're signing up anywhere from, to date, we are at 39 members signed up on EFT. That's $200 a month, or 99 biweekly is what we charge. We're at 39 people on EFT right now. That's $9,000 added extra to the EFT, and it's July, and we still have 10 more days. So there's no reason why we can't hit 50.
And so you're over $200 a month.
Yeah, we're 99 biweekly, which works out to be about $216 a month.
Wow.
We just have a member coming in. We got maybe about 7 more minutes.
All right, let's do this.
I'll try and bang this out. One thing that I really like, and I wish that more people would get on board with, are these cable machines. And I know TRX or Anchor Point or whatever it is, I know that people like to get them because they're convenient. They're a lot cheaper. But I'll tell you, I invested, these are $2,000 each, plus, that's including install, and that's me working out a deal. These are cable machines, okay? So these are adjustable pulleys. You can do everything from it. And this is what's going to separate your club from everybody else's club. Everybody else is doing TRXs and things like that. But what's happening is that once a person reaches that 6 to 9 month period, or even longer than that, the workouts just get too easy. Right? So you can do burpees. It's like, well, let's make them do more burpees. Let's make it harder. Let's make them go faster. But it's like, people don't want to do that. They want to change and program. They want to see some muscle, right? And we always advertise that strong is the new skinny. Well, if you're going to be putting, if that's what you're going to be advertising, then you need to start putting muscle on these women. And you know what I mean? Show them something. Give them, whenever you take a photo of a woman in our camp, they're always flexing their arms. They're always showing their quads, right? And you're only, this is basic science for any trainer. You need to add resistance training into your workouts. And, unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of the TRXs. I just feel that they just take up a lot of space, and you're very limited to what you do. With this machine, I can simulate any bodybuilding routine, and we can work them into our circuit. So we go 30 on with the 15-second rest. And these are actually a lot easier than dumbbells. Look at how much space they take.
Yep.
Right? And look at that, goes all the way up to 160 pounds. So we can push men, we can push women that want to, step up their next level. It's easily adjustable from one person to the other, and it doesn't take up that much space. Like we cut it into the carpet, right? So it's super stable. And actually over on this side here, I'm bringing 2 more in.
How many do you have total right now?
We have 2 right now, but I've got 2 sitting in storage right now that are going to get, I just actually messaged the guys, see if we can install this weekend, and we're going to put them right here. And it's going to take a little bit of space when people are warming up. But I'll tell you, it's going to be a game changer, because now we're able to do work a lot more body parts, and then people are still going to be interested to come. They're going to be like, I don't need to go to the big box gym and start lifting weights, right? Because there's that point where one of your clients is going to be like, well, I need to really push myself, and I want to start putting on muscle, because that's what we've talked about. It's like, well, you want to focus on putting on muscle. Don't focus on the weight. And then they come to your facility, and you're making them do burpees and jumping jacks and things like that, which are great. But to me, those are all filler exercises.
Right.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're exactly right. We and my wife, Jim, a fitness club behind me here. She has some racks. They have weightlifting Wednesday, benches, and so yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. They need that extra. What
you need
happens
it.
is
You need
they'll
it.
go looking somewhere else if they feel like they won't.
Yep,
Yep, you're exactly
they
right.
will. And I'll tell you, like our busier time slots, especially like once in May and June, we were putting in 42 people a session.
Wow.
42 people a session. Every single session we had 42 people. And that's what brought our attendance up. Like having 25 people per session at less than 1,800 square feet is amazing. Our profit margin on that is just, it's ridiculous.
Mhm.
So I put these mirrors in, and I'll tell you this, I will never do it again. These were expensive things. I actually haven't gotten the bill yet because the guy that put them in, he wanted to come work out. So, I mean, that's always a great thing, right? Like once people come in through the doors, they see the energy, they love it, right?
Right.
So we put these in. I wouldn't do it again just because they're just hard to clean, pain in the butt. And then this is our TV. So we always have we have the countdown timer. So we just downloaded this thing called Tabata timer, and we do everything from the phone. So we have a smartphone that we use, and the smartphone not only plays our we use Spotify, and then we just created a gym tracks, and then we have about 200 tracks in there. And the way that we add songs or we take songs off is it's got to be approved by all of us.
Right.
So one guy.
You there?
And then jive well with with the culture of the people that we have here. I was in a Mexican restaurant yesterday, and I was like, can you imagine if I was sitting in this Mexican restaurant and they're playing heavy rock or super heavy rap? It just wouldn't go. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you don't walk into a Starbucks and you're hearing a bunch of cuss words. And so as such, we want to make sure that we have a culture, and it's the same experience every single time. It might be a different workout. There might be different people working out with you, but it's the same exact experience that you fell in love with the first day.
Gotcha. I thought you from that video. I thought you had an L-shaped gym, but it's a mirror. I thought, man, he's got a. It's because I don't know if you've seen. Because right now it looks
Oh, you
like.
saw the mirror.
Yeah, because I don't see you. Okay. That's why I was like, okay, how does he keep up with that? All right. So when you have that many, how many trainers do you have per session when you're running that many
We have
clients?
one. We have one.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
one trainer. When we were getting really busier, we started to bring in a second coach,
Uh-huh.
and it kind of worked at first. And I mean, these guys are just guys that are they just love the gym, and then I got them certified and everything like that. And so they would just come in for an hour a day, usually on our busy time slots. But honestly, it's just such a moving part that these guys want more hours. They're biting at the chomp, and so it just becomes more of a headache for you. So
Right.
we've just been doing one trainer, and then the sales manager jumps back and forth with people that need help. But the one trainer, he sets up all his veteran members, and then he goes and makes sure that the new members are all pretty much on pace. Generally, when somebody new comes in, and so what happens when you first start a session, we do a big circle on the outside.
Yep.
Because the inside circle are the people that are doing a stretch. So I always say that my trainers are all rock stars, and I say that you control the mic. And then what happens is you have to control the crowd. So you have two sessions going on. You have the people that are stretching in the middle, and then you have the people on the outside that are warming up. So for instance, all right, everybody, we're going to do a glute stretch. Let's bring the leg across the body, put the knee down onto the floor. Everybody on the outside, give me jumping jacks. Okay, guys, right now we have our referral contest going on for Bruno Mars tickets. Every friend that you bring in to work out, you get 1 point. For every friend that ends up signing up for 30 days or longer, you get 5 points. All right, let's switch legs. Everybody on the outside, give me squats.
Right.
Right? Do you see how it's a never-going thing? And
Mhm.
so our sessions don't stop because of the fact that we have 42 people. We have to accommodate for that, and we have to keep everybody moving. There is no dead time, right?
Wow.
The only dead time is before a class or like before the session start, and then when they're all finished at the end of the night.
That's awesome. You go ahead and flip the camera back around so they can
All right.
see your pretty mug. And if you want to, I don't know if you want to step outside and finish, or because I know you got a
Okay,
session
well,
starting. Or you have an
I'll give
office.
you a walk around here. All right. Okay, so let's just finish this up, and then we'll go back inside and talk. All right, so we got the front desk, right? And on the front desk, we always have our vouchers. And this is one of the things I was talking about with with all the Fit Body owners. So these are our business cards / vouchers. I didn't put anybody's name on here. I didn't put RJ. I don't need my name on these things, right? And this way, I kept it nice and generic. So this is all our contact information. This is a very thick card, but I got it from Vistaprint, and it was fairly cheap. On the backside, we got a fit girl, right? That ideal image that people would want.
Right.
And it's a 3-day voucher, right? So this is more than just a business card. So when you carry these around with you, then what happens is you tell the people, okay, well, you know what? I got a couple vouchers here, so I'm going to give these to you, and then, bring these with you when you come to sign up, right? And so now it's, you got this, and it's not just a waste where they're going to throw it away. Like, okay, I'm going to keep this 3 free vouchers, and even if it goes up on the fridge, at least it's going to go there in opposed to going on the garbage.
Right. That's awesome. Okay.
And then we have like other member stuff, because we want them to feel like this is their home, right? And then we got this is our sign up sheet. So what happens is we were getting to a point where all our classes were getting too full, that people weren't able to book in for them. So what we had to do is we have to tell people that they sign up for one, and then when they get here, that they have to sign up for the second workout. Because people, like I said, people just weren't leaving.
Right.
So people weren't able to book in.
Right. You're not using Zen Planner for that?
Yeah. So we use Zen Planner for them to book their initial one. And then after that, they have to come here, they sign in, and my admin will book them in.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
at the front desk, we got our Bruno Mars tickets, right?
Gotcha.
So this is the draw box. Yeah. So they can kind of see what's going on, like with all the referrals. It's just another spark. And we strategically place that next to, I'll rearrange it, but we strategically place that next to the, the double sign up. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Then we got our retail, and this has been a huge thing for us. Like we restock this. We restock all our protein pretty much every week, right? So as you can see, right, we've got 4, 8, 12, 16 bottles, and we pretty much restock this. And so if we're selling that every week, that's bringing me in, a couple $100 extra just on protein. And
yeah. Man, it is. You can make an extra $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month in profit. And the problem is, God, I can talk about supplements all day long. Now, we carry a line of supplements. If you guys are interested, you can't. It's just for club owners to sell to their clients. And the problem is, there's a baby.
That's my son. 7 months.
Wow, is that yours?
Yeah, he's 7 months.
Right.
He's a little tank.
Wow. It's they don't keep it on the shelf. They say, well, I don't have the money to put it on the shelf. Well, you can't make money unless you invest in that, and then you got to promote it. And so I'm assuming you guys have a good way to promote and sell it. So
yeah, it's in part of the onboarding that people get, they'll get an email, and it'll give them a video that I created with breaking down every supplement, but it'll also give them a 6-week guide to using the supplements. So not only are we telling them about them, educating them about them, but we're also teaching them how to use it. And then, we'll make posts every now and then about like which supplement we're using, and they usually don't sit on the shelves very long.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. So we put these little benches in, and obviously it's summertime, so you're going to get kids in here. And I'm just like, the other day my sales manager says, hey, we got like 7 kids here. And I said, hey, we got 7 moms here, right? And that's kind of how you have to look at it, right?
Right.
So let's keep going. We put in this beautiful floor. It's kind of like a wood vinyl.
Right.
It's amazing. Like you can't even see dust on it. And in Winnipeg, you get summer, and then you get crappy winters, right? And it's a lot of dirt and everything like that. So, the door that, moving forward, I would actually do a little bit less of these carpets. So this is like a 4 foot by 3 foot, I believe, carpet. And I would actually get custom ones where they're only about 2.5 feet, but I would go really long, like really, you know what I mean? Like you see how it's like, it goes up and down. Yeah, I would cut this in half, and then I would have it long, and I would, that's where people are going to put, because right now they're putting them outside the mall, which we're not actually supposed to. I'm like, until somebody says, I'd rather beg for forgiveness, right?
Right.
So we have the dumbbells here, the racks, and then what we did was we did the cubbies. We did custom cubbies. We went 5 up. But to be honest with you, most people don't use the top one, right? Like they'll just use the one that's at eye level. So I put in 75 cubbies to be able to handle the crossover, right? So you're gonna have, like I said, we book 30. We allow 36 a session. We can only do that with the space. We do 4 people, and we go 4 exercises per circuit, and we go 3 circuits. So that gets us that with warm up, that gets us right to 35 minutes.
Okay.
We couldn't squeeze them in any shorter, like as much as we'd like to.
Yeah.
Here's a sales office. Right now we're filling it in. We have to soundproof it just because it was getting crazy in there. Mm-hmm. But this is, generally where my sales manager sits, kind of like where we have the fridge as well. And then we always have this board up on here. So people, it's like people see that we have these referral contests. In here, we got the digital scale. And then I'll show you. It's ready. Jen, anything else?
Good.
Fit body owners, 500 fit body owners.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
All right, so this was already kind of shaped in for me. Back here, we got this mirror, full-length mirror.
Right.
And people love to see that, right? They walk out, they got a good sweat, got a good pump. Hello. We etched in, so this was kind of like a storage place for the dollar store that was here.
Mm-hmm.
And what we did was we just kind of like, hashed in some things and put some drapes and whatever. And we built these custom benches so everything matches.
Right.
But we did it because of space, right? Like we don't have any storage space, so we just built these, these cubbies, and we built them all here. And then we got our cleaning, right? We got our cleaning, and then staff kind of like the lockers here. And then we heavily invested in, one of these water filtration things, and that was about $2,000. And somebody's in the washroom right now. I wish I could show you, but we built the same washroom as Starbucks, right? So we have the same sink, same toilet, and then we actually put a chandelier in there, so it looks really clean. Yeah, it looks really clean.
And you have one restroom.
Yeah, we only have one restroom,
wow.
But we have a restroom in the mall, but nobody tends to use it. But as you can see, like the classes are getting packed.
Right. That's awesome. Dude, I love it.
So I'm just going to go outside.
Yeah.
So people don't freak out when they get on camera.
Yeah.
Morning.
They're going to be ducking. Oh, cool. Yeah, your place looks amazing. That's a good testimonial to show people that you don't need 5,000 square foot to have 300 members. And so, yeah. And
you know what I'll tell you, when I first started, like I said, we were training everything. We had hockey players.
Go ahead and flip us around. Yeah.
Yeah, when I first started, we had everything. We had hockey players, we had bodybuilders, we had it was just so many moving parts. But I mean, when you're getting going, you're just going to take any type of revenue stream that you can, right? Mm-hmm. And it was until I switched over to FitBody, which was just in April, that I decided to just focus on one thing, right? And just kind of be the best at that one thing and just talk about one thing. And so now when people want to go for that one thing, so if they want to go mainly female fitness, fat loss, that kind of deal, they're going to come to us.
Right. So
I want to show you something.
Go ahead and show me. Yep.
Yeah, so I want to show you if this baggage is full. So when somebody signs up, right, like on a 30-day program, and again, all our programs are the same price as our membership, so we always charge 2 payments of $99. We've never, since being a FitBody owner, we've never charged anything less. So even our 6-week challenges, it would be 3 payments of $99. Okay?
So that brings me to a quick question. How do you handle the group orders that FitBody sends to your?
We haven't. I don't know if I should say this, but we never ran a Groupon.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, we didn't need it. Like when we opened up, we had so many people coming through here. Plus, I was already my own personal brand, and we already had 150 clients coming into this joint, right?
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'm going to show you here. This is a bag that we bought. It looks like the Lululemon bag, right? So we try to do what's associated with the stuff that they already like, right? So our women are the Lululemon wearers. They're the higher, affluent people. So we want to kind of get associated and give them something that they're familiar with, right? So we got the FitBody Bootcamp branded, and then inside we always hand them this sheet, which is our onboarding sheet. And I know that was something that you wanted to talk about. This is our onboarding sheet, and they also get this through an email. Okay, so the first thing is we welcome, and we say that 30 days is going to be the toughest part, and then we talk to them about the milestones, right? So that they're not just focused on 30 days, but they're more so focused on these milestones. So when somebody signs up, they're getting this bag, and they right away they get signed up with this bracelet. So yesterday I actually just got my 50 workouts. So as you can see, I got the white and the blue. Right. At 100, you get the red one. So people won't get their T-shirt, and I know that you always hear about it's all about giving and this and that, and so you should give them a shirt right away. Well, we went really high end with our shirts, and so as such, we always say you gotta earn your way through, right? And people are like, yeah, absolutely, like I want to earn that shirt, right? So like, yeah, earn your first one, then buy your second one, right? And so at 25 workouts, which would be about a month and a half, if they just come in once a day for 5 days a week kind of a deal, then what happens is they've ended up staying with us for 3 payments of 99. That makes sense,
Right.
just to get a t-shirt. So then after that, they get the 50, they get the 100, then 200, we actually give them a hoodie. And if they already had a hoodie, we'll send them an edible arrangement, which people love. We'll send it right to their work, and they're just like, man, this is awesome. And it's funny because one of our clients actually owns the edible arrangements in Winnipeg. So we just worked out a barter system with her. And so she's, we just give her a name and address, and she sends it off. And, like they just love it, right? But the other people, if they already have a hoodie, what we do is we give them, we get their hoodies branded. So their hoodies will say their name. So we get their name put into the side of the hoodie. And then we also start giving them badges. So all down the left side of their sleeve are going to be these badges that match the color of karate belts. So the first one's the 200, which is the orange, right? Then I think it goes brown and then a purple, I don't know. But yeah, it goes all the way down so you get your black belt, right? And then after that, we haven't had anybody hit 1,000 yet, but we're going to. So we got to think of something. We got to think of something bigger after that, right? Something else that they can wear and show off. So I don't know if we'll keep putting stuff onto their hoodies, but we'll figure out something at that point, right? And that's kind of what this business is. You keep growing, and you just make adaptations, right? And you're going to make mistakes. And, when I go through anything, the toughest part is I try to do things myself, right? Like I'm a guy that's like, okay, just put me into a corner, leave me alone for a day, and then I'll come out of here and we'll figure it out. But now I'm just like, you know what? That just stresses me way too much. Right. And I get all anxiety and all this and that. But so now what I do is I say, hey guys, we got this, even with my marketing, right? You know how they say never teach marketing and this and that. I sit down with one of my guys who wants to get into marketing, right? And I say, okay, so this is what we got to do. What do you need from me? And that's the same thing I asked my sales manager. I said, what do you need from me? What can I do for you? Right? Like what's your biggest constraint? Like, okay, well, how can we work through this? Right? And I kind of let people figure it out themselves.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Like the other day, we just got these new t-shirts and these powder blue ones, and our price point on them is a little bit more expensive. And I was hoping to get rid of all of our other old stuff. And my sales manager comes up to me. She's like, yeah, these two girls just hit their 25 and they want the blue ones. And we're just like, these are not the ones that we want to be giving away. And I was like, well, what do you think? She's like, yeah. She's like, you always say, like they got to earn it. They earned it. And I was like, just go ahead. You know what I mean? I'm like, it makes sense, right? And that's kind of what I want. That's what I want for all my staff is I want them to feel like this is their place. And I always say, guys, I'm not always going to be here. So I want you to take this like it's your place, right? Like this is your job. Whatever you guys need, I said, whatever you guys need to make this your forever job. That's what I said to them. Let's make this your forever job. Whatever it is, let's make that happen. Right. And so as such, I'll pay them accordingly, right? This is like we give a bonus system. So for every sale, my two admins, they get $2 for every sale. Right. So that could bring, the last one, it brought in almost $300 for my admin. That brought him in $300 a month. Right. And plus for him, he gets stuff on prospects. We got this trip to Vegas. I bring in coffee. I give these guys gift certificates all the time. Like, it's just like, these are the things that people want. Right. And it's like, you give them a good wage so that they're saying, okay, I can justify this, plus with all the bonuses to stay here forever. Right. All right, let's keep going. So in the bag, we give them a protein sample, right? And so the people that provides us with our protein, I make sure that they give us a box of samples every month, so that when you sign up, you get this protein sample, and then they're like, oh my God, I love that, salted caramel sample that you gave me. So what are they going to do? They're going to buy our protein, right? We give them, we went to the mall and we went to the marketplace, and they gave us these scratch and save cards. So this is going to get them 25% off there. There's, in there, they get the wristband, the white wristband, right? But we usually put that on their wrist. So we put it on the person. It's like, now you're with us forever. It's kind of like putting a ring on somebody, right?
Right.
And then we went and got these Fit Body pens made, right? So Fit Body, Boot Camp, Winnipeg. So they get that in there as well. And then just other stuff from other people that are, that own businesses in our gym. So people that are members that have businesses, we ask them, like, do you want to, put in some coupons or, anything like that, 10% off, it doesn't matter. Like, this is where we're going to be giving. We just need, 500 of them.
Right. That's awesome.
So people, and they're leaving with something in their hand, right? They love it.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that. I do have a curiosity question. You have space issues.
Okay.
what have you thought ahead and said, okay, I can only take 400 members? I mean, I can't. Where's your where's your cutoff on what are you
There
going
is no cap. You know what? At first, when so we ran our 6-week G&O, and we had to stop our marketing 7 days early because we had 200 and almost 300 people sign up for it. Now, mind you, 150 of them were brand new, and 150 were current clients. But I was
Right.
like, okay, I don't know what to do. I was like, oh God, I've never seen this many people, and as such, I didn't want the quality of our product to drop. And
Right.
looking back at it, I was like, man, we should have just kept going, because we'll make adjustments as we go, right? So that's when we adjusted. We used to only allow the way that we had the program structured, we just couldn't take that many people. So right away we had to think on our feet, and we said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to add a fourth station, right? And we're going to make sure that runs at this time, and this is how you just make adjustments on the go,
Right.
right? And so as such, we can handle up to, like I said, we let 36 book in, and we can handle up to 42. We've had no issues with that, right? At first, because we made a lot of changes where we went through a lot of changes here. I don't even want to get into it, but let's just say we used to run hour sessions. We used to do semi-private. We used to do private sessions. We used to do like football, and then we literally, like, this is the first summer I didn't advertise for hockey, and hockey would bring me in $30,000 in a summer. And I completely cut it out. And I just said, you know what, we're going to focus on the lifelong clients, the clients that are going to be here when September rolls around. And, when December rolls around, they're going to be here forever. They're going to bring their husband, and they're going to bring all their friends. And that's what we want. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So for a couple, how much is it still full price for both of them?
I don't know how much, honestly, like, my sales manager kind of handles all that. So
Okay.
I kind of let her use her discretion.
Generally
speaking,
I love that you don't. That's cool, because you've got so much faith in your staff and your systems that you're like, I don't know, but I trust that's taken care of.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I just say, okay, well, I say, what you do for one person, I said, you have to do for everybody. You can't give somebody this crazy deal and then, not give it up to somebody else, because I said, people talk. We've been in this industry for so long that we know that people are going to say something that, I got it for $59, or I got it for, and I said, and then where does it stop? I said, yeah, you can give out that discount, but I say, you're the one that's going to have to deal with the next person that walks up, because they're going to refer somebody, because we make sure that everybody refers 3 people.
Right.
It's like, they're going to refer somebody, and they're also going to tell them what they're paying. And it doesn't matter if you talk to them and you say, you got to not tell anybody this and that. They're going to tell somebody.
Right.
It's just going to happen, and then you're going to have to deal with that next person that doesn't want to sign up unless they get that deal that they got, that their friends pay.
Cool. I know I talked to you yesterday a little bit about maybe packaging your stuff up, and so it could help other owners. So that's something I still want to talk to you about, to see if it's something that you can package up. And I don't know if you're open to this. Just that checklist, I think, is enough to get people thinking in the right direction.
Oh yeah.
Would you be okay with sharing that email, that first onboarding email?
Yep.
That would be
send
awesome.
you. I won't send you the actual Google link, just because that's our. I change my stuff all the time.
Right.
But yeah, I'll definitely get this, at least the first month, and the milestone stuff to you.
I love that you've already preset, and most clubs don't do that. You put that set in your mind, and say it's not. Here's your journey, and this is what we. So I love the milestone. I love the seed planning. So cool.
And it's funny, because people always ask me, whenever I talk to other owners and like guys like you, and I just talk to them, and I'm saying, okay, well, this is how we do it, and they're just so shocked and awe. But to me, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? So when people say, what's my secret sauce, I'm like, I don't know. It's just, this is just what we do. It's like Michael Jordan, like, how do you shoot the basketball so well? He's like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I work out. Maybe it's because I shoot basketballs. I don't know. Like, it's hard to say, right? It's just stuff that just comes, it comes so fluid. But to get, the hardest part is getting it going, right? And so when we first opened up, that was the time I just focused on one task, and I was like, okay, how can we systemize this? And to be honest with you, things are always changing. But we got it down to a point right now where everything is just so smooth. Right? It's like, I like pipe drives. I don't know if you know what that is, but a pipeline. So you take a customer. So let's say a customer contacts you on an LBO, right? So from that person, what happens to that person? What are the questions that you're asking them? And I've got these guys, set up so that, every one of my front desk staff, they can handle walk-ins. And the same thing that the admin person is telling somebody for a walk-in is the same thing that my sales manager would be telling them. So as such, my admin is answering, basic emails, right? So somebody's saying, hi, I'm just wondering what your prices are. They already know, like I've got it into the templates in our emailing system, what to write to these people. I just tell them to make it a little bit personal. Don't just like copy and paste what I say. I said, take that as your template, as your bones, but then you need to add your own meat. So first of all, you should be putting their first name in there. Hey, Jerry, thanks for contacting us. That's great that you want to lose 10 pounds. Here's what we have. And then you just paste everything that we have, right? And then so once that person does that, what do we want to do? We want to get their name, we want to get their email address and phone number if we can. So they get put into Zen Planner. In Zen Planner, which group and autoresponder do they get put into? In Scipio, which group and autoresponder do they get put into, right? And so as such, they're not only going to be getting emails from us, but they're going to be getting text messages from us. And on top of that, my sales manager goes in there every day, and she just literally takes Group A. So Jerry, he was asking, about pricing, right? So we call it free week inquiry. So the free week inquiry goes to Monster Follow-Up, right? And then Monster Follow-Up 1 goes to Monster Follow-Up 2, right? And Monster Follow-Up 2 goes to Monster Follow-Up, and I've got like a whole 60-day series that it just sends them a couple, an email once every 2 weeks or something like that.
Right.
But if, let's say, that free week, that person that inquired, they actually show up to the facility, then what happens is they get moved to the next, what I like to call pipeline or group in Zen Planner. So from the free week inquiry, they're going to get put into free week attended first workout, right? And so once they get put into that free week attended workout, I have automation set up in Zen Planner to just fire off to them like, hey, Jerry, congrats on your first workout. If you have any questions, you can reply to this email, or here's our VIP text line. The same thing, they get put into the Scipio campaign, which is labeled the exact same thing. I don't want to have confusion between the two. So it's just one thing, right? If I can get Zen Planner and Scipio to talk, man, it'd be, that would be a game changer. And so if we had those two connected where they're automatically sending that text and whatever, then that would be great.
Well, did you know Zen Planner does have texting?
Yeah, I have it set up for the consultations, but you can't reply to the text.
Okay, that's why. Okay.
Right. So as such, I try not to confuse our clients by getting a bunch of text from a no reply text line. I try to make it, they know exactly, okay, when I want to text somebody, this is the number I go to.
Gotcha.
When I want to reply to email, this is where I go, because it's clarity. Right. And that's, at Starbucks, we know where the line starts and where the line ends. We know what board we're going to order from. Right. It's the exact same experience every single time. And you want it to be crystal clear to them. As obvious it is to us trainers, it's not obvious to them. Right. And so as such, I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for the client.
All right. So this is what I'm assuming you have a good relationship with Josh, and I'm assuming you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason they took on Zen Planner before you come about, and they structured it with FitBody, but they don't have the automation sitting there like you're talking about.
No.
And it would be awesome if there's some way you can get with Josh and look, I'd like to help corporate set up these automations. And the big reason is you understand Zen Planner.
Yeah.
And I
understand it now.
Oh, it's
I literally had that beam of light, last week. I was like, oh God, I get this now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was on MindBody for years, and then I switched over to Zen Planner. I was like, man, this thing, I know how to use this thing now.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I tell people. Zen Planner is like there's Apple and there's Android. It's Android. Yeah. Because it will do everything. The problem is you got to figure out how to do everything.
Exactly.
And you can't pick up the phone with Zen Planner and go walk me through this because it's so freaking confusing. So that is a struggle. If FitBody can somehow make it more automated, make these you're talking about, dude, it'll help so much. They
100%.
Even my
it's so easy for me. It's and you know what, like my people are all they're all their own person. Right? And I always I say, you guys are all your own entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. Even though you're working for FitBody Bootcamp, you're still your own person, I say. And so, but I make these systems so easy for people that it's like, I can literally get Jerry, I could get you in here and I could teach you how to run it in a day. Not even a day, in an hour, and you would get it, right? It would just be a matter of you understanding how to, push buttons and type things, right? Like it's just,
it should be that easy. It should be that easy.
And for me right now, it is that easy.
All right. So I'm
Yeah.
actually going to shoot a message to Josh after this interview and say, look, I just got off interview with RJ.
Yeah.
It's such a needed thing. Even the
Yeah.
automated stuff with Scipio, if we're going to use Scipio,
Mm.
have it
Mm.
already laid out for these new owners so they don't have
Yep.
to spend the time to try to figure out
Yep.
this
Oh
is
man.
winter. And
Yeah.
you know how much time it took you. There's probably hours of trying to go scratching your head. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
awesome. So the secret sauce is use your systems. I mean, from what you're
Yep.
telling me, your clients, they all have a process they go through,
Yep.
your team.
Everything.
And so nobody
Everything is
falls through the
process
cracks.
driven. Even the workouts, everything has to be so process driven that unless we, if let's say, we used to do birthday burpees,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, in our workouts. So somebody's birthday burpees. But what was happening is by the end of the day, we were running 10 minutes late, on the session. And once I get that one complaint, I'm like, yeah, like the session shouldn't be running 10
Right.
minutes late. And it had nothing to do with my trainer. It just had everything to do with the way that, that because these birthday burpees, even if you get two, they push everything back.
Right.
Right. So now we've had to switch that out. And now we just kind of like in our announcements, let's give Jerry a round of applause. It's his birthday today. All right, Jerry. Yeah.
Right.
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 And, yeah, there's just so much stuff that we've implemented into even just the trainings. Like everything is, you're right. So secret sauce is systems.
Yeah. Yes. Dude,
Yeah.
I could talk to you for hours. We usually do these 30 minutes, and I haven't showed down because
Yeah. Yeah. We probably well over that.
I'm well over it. It's almost worth having you back on again. But yeah, if you could get that
Yeah.
onboarding,
We're
just
just
that
touching
one
the
email.
surface, man. Yep.
Yeah, if you get that one email, I think that may get people thinking in the right direction. And all I can say
Yeah.
is do what RJ did. Put yourself in a customer's shoes. And
Yes.
what would you want if you think you're walking to a club in Starbucks situation?
Right.
What
Yes.
what can you do to make that experience and follow that journey, and you'll be surprised of what you can come up with next and go, okay, because right now talking to you it seems, oh my gosh, there's no way I can do what he's doing. Well,
Yeah.
there is a way if you can take little chunks of it and go, hey, let's work on their first on-board experience and
Right.
figure that out. And
I
but
got
yeah,
I got one thing for you, Jerry.
all right,
I'm actually going to change that up a little bit for you. So I want everybody to close their eyes.
all right,
Now, I want you to envision that you're the customer, but I want you to think about what you want the customer to do. So
mm-hmm.
you're going to dictate what they're going to do when they come into your club. Where do you want them to walk, right? Like, do you
Right.
want them to walk onto your brand new blue flooring with their shoes? No. So where do you have to have the shoe mats, right? Like, it's as simple as that. When you want people to check in, do you want them to go across the gym floor, or do you want your front desk to be right where it's inviting and open, where your admin can greet that person within the first 10 seconds? Now, moving forward, when a person signs up, what do you need them to do, right? Because how can you guarantee their success? So if you're just kind of like going off the cuff and you're like, well, like maybe I'll send you a meal plan, maybe I won't. No, you want to make sure that that meal plan was opened. You want to make sure that that meal plan is, that they've actually started their grocery shopping for that.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to make sure that you're following up with that person, right? And it's the same thing with referrals. You want to get referrals, right? Because clients won't refer unless you actually ask them, right? They can love you and love you and love you, and as the longer they actually stay into your club, the less likely they're going to refer. It's just like a sales. If somebody contacts you today and you wait 24 hours, your chances of getting them into your club drop by like 50%. Right? So it's the same thing. If you want to get referrals, you want to dictate what their actions are going to be. And if you have the right systems in place where everything is automated, like how I have it set up, it's guaranteed that you're going to at least get one referral from that person. So then you think about, how much does it cost you? I know I'm running these Facebook lead ads and stuff like that, and I'm paying $6 an email, right? So that's just $6 an email for a person that I've never seen. They just saw an ad, they just put their email address in. Imagine if I said, okay, what if I said that you're going to get somebody in for free, that they're going to have a friend that's going to keep asking them when they're going to come to boot camp, and then they're going to have a friend that's telling them that your boot camp is the best place on the planet. What's the chances of that person coming in, and what's the chances of that person signing up?
Right.
You're going to get that person. It's almost guaranteed, right? And the way that we set it up, we're $99 biweekly. So, like I said, we signed up 164 or whatever in the past 30 days. We've had 34 leave, right? But of those 34, they still paid me 2 payments of $99.
Right.
So I
That's
made
awesome.
almost $7,000 off these people. Right. So they came in, we made sure that their experiences, we dictated their experience. You're going to love our workouts. You're going to come in, you're going to be sweaty, smiling, and sore. And we're going to make sure that you've gotten all the emails, the texts. So we've done everything on our possibility to get you in here. But just for some people, it's just not for them. Right. It's just not for them. We've had people that, like, Winnipeg is terrible, like has a terrible road system. And so, you know, we get people that come all the way from the south. So they're driving 30 minutes. And 30 minutes in Winnipeg you can't bus here. There's no busing. There's no taxing. For you to taxi from there to here, or we don't have Uber, it would cost you at least $60 each way for a 30-minute workout. So it's just, people come from all over the city just to try us out. So as such, they're not leaving because they didn't enjoy the experience. They're just leaving because they can't, right? We're at $200 a month. That's a premium service. Some people just can't afford it. I'm willing to accept that. But in those first 30 days, I'm going to dictate that you're going to at least lose 5 to 10 pounds, because that's what's going to happen. If you got 20 to 30 pounds to lose, I'm going to make sure that you get at least some type of results. And if not, you're going to love this experience where you're going to say, I can't work out on my own. I can only work out at your classes. And we dictate that success.
So if you're interested, I think you will be, we've created a downsell process to where those customers who don't buy, don't pay, you still get monthly revenue off of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I definitely want to talk to you about that because
it's a class right now.
Wow,
as you can see. Yeah. Right. And we got one trainer right now. You see him in the blue?
Yep.
See? And it's all clockwork, right? People know exactly where to go. They know who to follow. They know their groups, right? See? He's setting everything up. Everything is timed. Everything is systemized, right?
Right.
Look at these. These aren't professional athletes in here. these are your Mrs. Jones. Look at this. I don't even think we have a male in the class, right? These are people that are, just working out. They want to get a good sweat, but yet they look like all-stars. They look like they know what they're doing. And the reason why is because we condition them to that, right? This is what you want. You want people in here where you don't have to, babysit them. They already know what they're doing, and they're going to get the results.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, man. Well, thank you. Like I said, we could probably talk to you for hours. But yeah, thank you so very much. Like I said, I'm going to shoot an email out to Josh, if you can send me that onboarding email, just email.
Yep.
And I'll put it in the video. And I guess, I'm assuming you're like any other person, any other club owner. If anybody needs any help or questions, they can feel free to reach out to me.
Yep. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to next year's conference.
Yeah. So I'm looking at maybe, we're talking about him speaking in the next year's conference. That'd be awesome.
By that time, I'll have a year under my belt. I mean, we're pretty dialed in, and we're only 3-4 months in. So, give me a year. We're already looking to open up our second location, and we've only been open since April. And I'm not going into these locations unless I have systems set in, unless I know what every moving part is doing. And so as such, I recommend that for everybody else. Don't have too many moving parts, and if you do, make sure that you're controlling them.
That's awesome, man. All right. Well, thank you very much. You have a good day. And before you guys leave, I don't even want to say that. Thank you very much. And if you want to watch previous videos with the other owners, click below. You'll be able to go back and look at so every one of these owners do something differently. Every one of them has a little nugget. And if you just watch them, you're going to be surprised what you learn and can get out of that. So thank you so much, RJ. It's been a pleasure, man. And I look forward to getting to know you sooner. Get to know you better. I'm sorry.
All the best.
All right, man. Take care.
Okay, my man.
Yes, sir.
Take care. Bye.